see, does the camera have any audio? No. Does the mic have any audio? My mic does not have audio. That's very odd. Testing, testing. Capture card. Oh, wait. Is it working? Okay, I'm getting something on there, so we're getting something. Let's see if we can get chat on here, maybe. No? Maybe not. Okay. Okay, how am I supposed to get the video ID? Okay, let's see. Copy video URL. Go back here. Okay, just put the last digit of it, maybe. Okay, we're connected. Is it in conflicting information here? Huh? Something's coming up. Oh, now it's gone. Well, we just captured the actual chat room that I have posted here. That's possibly a bust. Okay, maybe it will like show something if I type something in. Wait, what? That's just gone. Ah, there we go. That's because they didn't give it a background color or something. I'm kind of fiddle farting around until like someone might tune in. Layout. There we go. Just give it a black background. There we go. Yeah, this is really useful at 360p. Go for something a bit different here. That works a little better. Let's see, here is that. There we go. I think that'll do for the moment. So, okay, is the microphone coming in clearly? I hope so. It shouldn't be coming in any less clearly than it normally does. So, hello, welcome to the inaugural episode, or whatever you want to call it, of Pixels Chat. We haven't gotten really. There's one viewer briefly. This is what happens when you only have like 50-some subscribers, who may or may not be interested in this format. Although we'll just have to see. hopefully there'll be at least some viewership after the fact, just to because it's kind of just a vlog mainly to update like what's going on. Where have I been the past couple of days? I've been here. I've just been kind of busy, kind of just wanting to chill out. Actually, not playing video games somehow, miraculously. Um, but yeah, this is maybe a much needed break in a way. Um, I'll probably do at least one live stream, probably Flames of Eternity, um, sometime between now and when I get my new PC, which is the which is the main topic of this video. But also generally the future of the channel. What am I going to do with it? If anyone tunes in and participates, engages with the chat, hopefully we'll. Also, one thing I want to figure out here. No, that's not what I wanted to look into. I found a driver for the PlayStation Eye camera. Okay, so that's interesting. You can 3D rotate this. That's kind of neat. I'm looking up the direction. Okay. Let's go something like that. Just to be cool. I have no idea how I can crop the video. That's what I'm mainly looking for. Is we don't really need to be this wide, but I can't really zoom in. I can crop it. I'm cropping too much. That's a little too much here. What? Okay, suddenly this goes from A little cropping to a lot of cropping. Okay, that's there we go. How about that? So actually this kind of works because I'm with the monitor's over there, so that's what I'm looking at. So it'll look like I'm looking at the chat and looking at what I'm actually looking at. Actually, it's a cool thing about doing it like at an angle that creates that perspective feeling. Um, there we go. We're just kind of fooling around with the format because this is something I might, I'll probably do a bit more, especially when I get my own gaming PC. Although the PlayStation Eye camera might get a better one, probably with Patreon money though, because I know what I'm concerned about right now is the essentials. So uh, at least for like most of the things that I'm doing here. So I mean, I already have like a good microphone. I'm getting a headset, which I will actually show here. We're getting a Turtle Beach Recon 50 headset. It's gotten kind of middling reviews, but I need something kind of cheapish just to start out with, and they're not the most expensive things to get, so uh, like to replace or even to get a better one. So down the line, so it's just kind of a thing. Also, I like red. Red is my favorite color. In case you couldn't notice from the headset and also the PC lighting, although you can change it, but I would. Uh, I think Turtle Beach is like a name brand. I've seen a lot of it, so out there, so that's good. So as for the PC itself, we have it up here. Actually, that's pretty good. Let's see if I can get the kind of experimenting with the form right here, but there we go. That should kind of do it. Um, well, so here's like I guess the basic product highlights for the new gaming computer that will be arriving probably on Friday. I just want to estimate to arrive. It could arrive on Thursday. It could arrive on Saturday. Usually it arrives. Sometimes it arrives a day early. Usually it arrives at least by the estimated date. So that's good. Here is the highlights. We'll get onto the detailed specs. Shortly. So we've got a 4.2 gigahertz Intel i7 7700K quad core. I don't know what half of this means, but they're big numbers, I guess, compared to like other machines that I've looked at. I'm a total noob. Okay, so we've got 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, which is like, I think I have 4 gigabytes on my current machine, so that's like quadruple gigabytes. And I know, like, I really love to multitask. I usually have a ton of tabs open in Google Chrome because I just have a bunch of like stuff that I want to look at, and some like YouTube videos I'm gonna eventually get around to watching. So I leave a lot of shit open. So this is a good way to sort of compensate for that. And someone passing with their car and bass. I don't know if that microphone's picking up that. We have NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti GPU, 4 gigabytes. Pretty awesome. There was another model that had a 8 gigabyte graphics card, but it had 8 gigabytes of RAM. I think it was like, it was actually, I think, the exact same price, but everything else was kind of downgraded, with the GPU being like the centerpiece. And I think for my purposes, I really wanted a well-rounded machine, and also 4 gigabytes. It meets the minimum, the recommended system requirements for Fallout 4. And on top of that, we have the fact that I only have a 1080p display that I use. Sony 3D display. So we're really not going to need to push it that much, and we're going to be streaming on top of that, which hopefully won't take up all that much more. And I'm going to have a capture card probably. I'm looking at the AverMedia, like the $200 model, which is ReviewTech USA recommended it, and to his viewers, and I think that might be a good model. I kind of skimped like on webcam and on just using something I already have and getting a free $1 special driver for it, which is pretty great. I forget who made it. You can just look up like PS3 driver. It's $3. I don't like the fact that you have to pay money for it, but it works. So at least for me. And it seems like almost every result like linked back to that driver. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the plunge. So it has a liquid cooling system. I've kind of been warned, by one of my friends, although I don't know if he's that much of a PC gamer. Maybe this is just concern from some secondhand knowledge, perhaps, that liquid cooling, need to be careful with it because if it leaks, it could fry the whole thing. I wasn't entirely aware of that. It seemed to be maybe common sense, but then again, I'm assuming that these professionally put together machines are going to have some fairly sturdy piping for the liquid cooling that is not going to easily be damaged and leak. Hopefully. So, fingers crossed. Has Gigabit Ethernet, HDMI, DVI, USB 3.0. It has a mid-tower case. Actually, it's a little smaller than what I was planning on getting when I was going to build my own machine. I think mine was a full tower, maybe. I think, but there's room for expansion here. So, at least, yeah, it looks like there's going to be at least some. So, and it's possible that I could move it to a full tower, the innards to a full tower at some point, if that's at all possible. Tempered glass side case panel, a gaming keyboard and mouse, which I already have. And I don't really plan on replacing. I have the Red Dragon. You can really see it too clearly. It's the camera's gonna really focus on this too well. You can kind of see it. Yeah, that's the mouse, and these are fairly cheap, and I like the look of it. I'm big on aesthetics. This is very clumsy. You can kind of see this extremely low resolution camera. But yeah, pretty sweet. Glows not too brightly. Yeah. So next we have Windows 10 Home 64-bit, which it's just a standard thing. Oh, sorry. Dang it. This is a mess. This whole setup is a mess. I'm probably cleaning it up before we do anything with the new PC, at least. So, those are the highlights. Now let's go into the nitty-gritty details. If it'll let me. Now we're going to resize this a little bit. It's going to be a bit smaller here, but that's okay. We can still read it. Sorry, I'm feeling really itchy right now. So we've got the processor exactly the same as we've already seen. Base clock speed is 4.2 gigahertz. Max boost speed is 4.5 gigahertz. An L3 cache of 8 megabytes. I'm really itchy today. With my camera, I get really itchy. I think I'm allergic to being on camera, so I shouldn't do it. So we have a system bus, 8 GTs, whatever that means, of direct media interface. The chipset is socket LGA 15151, type Intel 8250. Got 60 gigabytes of installed memory. Can be upgraded to 64 gigabytes, which is we can quadruple our already quadrupled memory, which is great because RAM useful. DDR4 SD RAM, I think is the best type available right now, to my knowledge. At least like in terms of like numbers. I don't think there's a DDR5 yet. Um, whatever the heck that means. Bigger numbers are better. That's all that. That's all that matters me. So, uh, the user replaceable memory is 2 8 GB, and then you can add, I guess, two more. Yeah, you can add two more 8 GB RAM chips. Graphics is dedicated, and it better be. Um, the graphics card is the like I said before, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti with 4 GB of GDDR5. So I guess for graphics card they have GDDR5, but whatever. VRAM. I don't know if this is one of the ones. I kind of doubt this is the exact one that was like listed on. It'd be kind of cool if it was, but then it'd also be kind of lame because like it's like a 2-year-old graphics card. Yeah, and I would get bothered by the case for Fallout 4. Here's our drives. We've got a 2.120 gigabyte. As total, a 120 gigabyte SSD drive, which I'm assuming the operating system is installed on, and 2 terabyte 720 RPM run-of-the-mill hard drive. That's SATA based. I don't think there's any other type right now. We've got drive expansion ports, so we can add, I guess, additional hard drives, perhaps. I don't know if there's be room for a second graphics card because I've heard you can like dual, like, install graphics cards. I'm not sure if that's doable on this model. I potentially have to upgrade the power supply to do that. We'll have to look into that whenever we upgrade, which will probably be a fair amount of time from now. Like unless Patreon like just takes off into the stratosphere and I'm getting like many hundreds of dollars a month, I'm probably not going to be upgrading the graphics card anytime soon. And there's a bunch of other things on the wish list before then. So there is PCIe expansion, whatever that means. I probably consult my friend Damon, who actually I sent him a bunch of links to machines that I was looking at, and he basically had to basically approve the machine that I was getting because he's a PC gamer. He knows a lot about this stuff. Planning on building my own, but then there's various reasons why I've decided not to build my own. One is that it's a lot of work. I'm kind of lazy, to be completely honest, and also I have Fingerhut, which is where I got this from. Paid me like $300 to $400 more than it would normally cost, but you can make payments on it, which means I can pay off a little bit from because this is being paid for partly with my inheritance. I'm gonna be paying like I can only get like because I'm on SSI and all of that. I can only get directly to me outside of an Able account, and we're still looking into whether or not we'll be able to even do an Able account because there's not really much indication of like how an inheritance figures into this Hope my hand isn't that really that small. It might just be the perspective. Let's see here. My hand's okay, I think. I don't want to think, oh my god, I have Donald Trump hands all of a sudden. Uh, so, um, so I'm getting $1,000 for the first 2 months, and the rest is probably going to go into an Able account. A PC might count as assistive technology. Not really sure. And if it does, maybe we could see if we can use it to make some of the payments. But at this point, it seems kind of unlikely. We're not really counting on it, so we're probably going to be making payments, at least from like half of my inheritance checks, which brings that down to 450. Some of that's probably going to go to bills, to other bills and such. So I might have more like 400 or 300 a month. But hey, possibly even 200 a month. Hopefully, the first month I definitely want to try and get a AverMedia capture card, possibly Elgato. I don't know. I'm gonna see what I can actually find like in a store somewhere. We'll see. I'm probably gonna check at least Best Buy and Staples, although Best Buy doesn't have anything available for pickup, so I probably try Staples. I have no Staples sells PC stuff anymore. But so yeah, I can pay it off gradually. It's just easier. This is a machine that's very close to what I had initially intended to build anyway. I think one of the main differences I could pick up offhand is that I originally wanted to do a 4 terabyte hard drive, but 2 terabytes isn't that bad. It's equal to what I have for my PS4, and I managed to install a bunch of games on my PS4, and I still haven't like run out. So hopefully, and there's room to add additional hard drives if I need them. So PSCI expansion. No idea what that is, but maybe that will allow me to add an extra graphics card if I need to at some point. That might be just easier to do than just completely replacing it, and actually cheaper too, because then I can get the equivalent of an 8 GB graphics card more or less by getting another 4 GB, or the equivalent to a 6 GB by getting a 2 GB graphics card. So, and really, I want to the learning curve of like working to eventually building a PC would be, getting something pre-built and upgrading it, and then seeing how that goes, and then maybe if I become really confident in my ability to tinker with this machine, I can try and build my own. This can be an example of like, okay, this is how it works. This is how it all goes together. I can actually look inside and see how everything fits together. So yeah. So there's one PCIe times 16, 2 PCIe times 1. What that means. It looks like there's like drive expansions for like laptop hard drives. I'm guessing like you can fit like 2 additional like desktop hard drives and then 2 additional laptop hard drives like on top of it. Like huh. Watching this I guess after the fact can tell me in the comments like what all of this means. I'd be I'm very curious and very interested to learn about all of this jargon and such, because I want to be in the know about these things. So we have inputs and outputs. There's one PS2 port which I don't know if I'll ever use, because all my keyboards and mice are USB based. And there's really any advantage to using PS2 over USB aside from perhaps freeing up a USB port. We got 6 USB 3.0 Type A and 4 USB 2.0 Type and that's going to be really useful. We get one HDMI, which will be going to my TV, my PS3 3D TV display. One display port. I don't know what the heck that means. um, and one DVI. I actually don't know. I have a Samsung monitor, which I use right now. It might be VGA, so I might need to. I might have a VGA to DVR adapter somewhere. I God knows if we'll be able to find it. If it even works, even if it exists, um, we'll figure something out probably because I really like to use my current monitor. Um, it's not that great. It's really old. It's Samsung. Uh, uh, I think it's roughly 1080p. Um, However, it gets the job done. And I would hate to have to spend my hairs on even more shit. Yeah. um, like getting a new monitor that actually works with the extra ports. Um, Audio just has 3 different mic outs. I don't know why it needs that many, but okay. There's no flash media slots. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to get like a USB adapter, probably, uh, for that. I knew it didn't have an optical media drive, although I do have a somewhere around here. It may have fallen somewhere. I have a external Blu-ray drive which I haven't used in a while. It does take 2 USB ports, but I'm lacking for those. It doesn't have Wi-Fi. I don't really need Wi-Fi. I have Ethernet, so that's all right. Um, so apparently the keyboard has a backlight. I'll have to look at it. We'll probably do an unboxing also. Um, of So I mean, even though I'm probably going to be taking the actual day when I receive it off, more or less to tinker with it and figure everything out and get stuff installed, I will um, probably do an unboxing video and maybe a live unboxing, more than likely. Although I'll probably be using this exact setup here uh, with this machine probably. So I mean, I could use Playroom on PS4, but I'm not sure. Windows 10 Home. Power supply is 600 watts. That's actually pretty decent, I think. Um, Compared to like some of the other stuff I've been looking at, it might be roughly what the power supply I was planning on getting was. My power supply, I was looking at might have been more like 800 watts. I can't remember honestly. Here the dimensions. Let's just go ahead and go read them while we're here. 8.4 by 18.8 by 19.6 inches, or if you're using the metric system, the only real system for measurement, I have no idea how to uh, convert to it. It's 21.3 by 47.8 by 49.8 centimeters. Weight is 32 pounds or 14.51 kilograms, so it's pretty heavy. The package weight is even more. It's 46.5 pounds. Not sure what that is in kilograms. The box dimensions. Do we really need to know the box dimensions? Um, Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's the beast of a machine that will be that we'll be dealing with. So let's get some pictures up here. Um, I've already seen this one, but let's take a look at like what the internals look like. It's like 3 different cooling fans on the I think on the graphics card alone. Uh, so they might actually light up as they spin. I guess it's gonna be pretty awesome. I think. Pretty cool to look at. So, with that out of the way, uh, let's talk about the future of this channel. Um, what am I going to do with this machine? What am I going to do in terms of like what games I'm going to play? In terms of will I be doing things like this? Probably. Uh, depends on how this goes. I think a lot of the viewership is probably going to be after the fact. Um, I would like this to be a live. I would like this to be a live thing where I'm chatting with people who watch my channel, and maybe we'll discuss like why should Let's Play next, and just shoot the shit or the kids are saying these days. Um, yeah. So that's one thing we could be doing, obviously. As far as games are concerned, I have a few things kind of lined up. Uh, I might try resuming Chrono Cross, uh, or starting it over again because I did uh, miss out on recruiting a couple characters that I kind of the completionist in me wants to focus a lot on character recruitment um, as much as possible. So and also because I'll be able to do it in HD, and the game is really beautiful, and it's uh, streaming it at 360p does not really do it justice, especially with the terrible AV connection that creates these wavy lines whenever the camera moves around. I just that doesn't sit right with me. So um, probably Chrono Cross will at least wait until I have that as an option. I cannot guarantee that I will play it all the way through. I may lose interest again. I might just get bored of it like I did, but um, I think it'll be at least a little more fun to play it in HD and to really appreciate the visual fidelity of the game, you and such. I might play it on an emulator. I might play it on the PS3 if I get the a decent HDMI capture card, because I do kind of like to play it on like actual console hardware, even if it is still technically emulation. Another game, actually, speaking of emulation, that I might actually play, that I kind of been wanting to play for a while, Thousand Arms. Uh, I don't know how many people remember that game. It's a game that kind of combines dating sim elements with other stuff. Um, and I have some fun memories of it. It introduced me to my J-pop idol. Um, my number one J-pop idol, Ayumi Hamasaki. This is actually the album which contains music that is featured in the game Depend on You. I believe is on here. Yeah, and I think Trust Me. There's a number that are on here. Actually, if you want to have a good idea of just how obsessed I am with Ayumi Hamasaki, I have, and also just very strange media formats, because this is not actually a vinyl record. This is actually much more high tech than a vinyl record. It's, although also outdated. It's a USB drive, DVD, and a micro SD card, which only works with a very particular brand of phone. This album's called Love Songs. There was a period where they really, Avex and her, I guess, did a lot of like experimenting with formats. They have these things which I want to get at least one of, called play buttons, which are basically like portable MP3 players that are like styled after the album covers and such. Those are like actually kind of cheap, in a cheaper range. I might actually get like the next album in my lineup for that. Actually, the cool thing, the USB drive actually has the WAV files of the tracks, so like you're getting like very high fidelity. I think it's maybe even higher fidelity than a FLAC file. But yeah, like it's pretty awesome. And another thing I want to try and use my inheritance on, although I don't know how much I have left after trying to actually get a solid streaming setup going. I like to try and get at least a few steps closer to completing my collection of my discography of all of her main albums in at least CD DVD combo. Although Love Songs, the one I just showed you, does not have a CD, which actually kind of irks me. But on the other hand, like it has a flash drive that has like CD quality and better audio on it, so kind of same difference. Like CD would be maybe somewhat redundant. Of course, then I have to work on like getting all the concert DVDs, which are numerous, like more numerous than like, and then there's the singles, and it's a never-ending. It's gonna be a never-ending collectathon. But I think the main thing I want to focus on is definitely. Actually, I'm thinking of getting like Blu-ray combos, at least for the newer things, because I actually learned that Japan's actually region 1, so I can watch Japanese Blu-rays on like any American Blu-ray player, which means that I'm probably almost certainly going to get the next level 3D Blu-ray at some point, because I'm like the main reason I got this 3D display is to watch 3D movies, even if it is a bit of a nuisance. But I digress. I don't think too many people are interested in my Ayumi Hamasaki fascination. But it's connected to Thousand Arms, the game that I'm thinking of playing. I'm actually, I don't have a copy of the game myself, but my friend Aaron does. He has a huge collection of games. I'm pretty sure he'll let me borrow it, and we could play that. So I want to know people's interest in it. I might go on Twitter or something and pose it as a question because I don't expect everyone to go and like watch this stream. You know, although I would encourage people to do so just to know what's going on, even if this is a bit lengthy. And ranty. And I was hoping more people would tune in and engage in the chat, and we would have a good time. But, yeah. Okay, so Thousand Arms is one option. Chrono Cross might happen, might not. Grandia is another game. I never really played all the way through. Grandia 2, actually, Grandia 2. Grandia 2. Grandia 2. I have that on GOG.com, and I may very well play that and stream it. Probably before Grandia 1, because I played Grandia 1 a little bit, and I was kind of turned off by the voice acting, although I've heard that the voice acting is kind of good, but it felt a little weird to me. I don't know. If people really recommend Grandia, the original Grandia, I might try playing that. You know, there's lots of JRPGs that I have on PS3 and would like to play, but like they take up a lot of time, and just having the live stream format and having people watching it and engaging in chat just makes it a little more worthwhile for me. Encourages me to keep going because I tend to like lose interest after a while sometimes. There's also the pretty much the entire Persona series. I have some plans to potentially do a marathon of starting with Persona 1, then going to Persona, both versions, each version of Persona 2. I think Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. Although I need to actually repurchase Innocent Sin. I want to try and get it digitally for my PlayStation TV. So that will be a possible thing. I'll probably take a while to get through Persona 1. Although I've also kind of want to play Persona 4 Golden. Really, like I might even start there. I could even do Persona 5, but with the new game plus for Persona 5 and with Japanese voiceovers, that could be interesting because then I can actually talk about like my thoughts on it. I've already done that, but you know, as I'm playing, although I'm a little frightened potentially about what they might do to my channel if I stream past a certain date in the game. I don't know if that's actually still a thing, but I'm pretty sure it's still a thing that they don't allow you to stream natively. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to need the AverMedia or possibly Elgato. I think they're both relatively well rated, so I probably could do one or the other. I think the important thing is that it has the HDMI pass-through, so I can put it on my TV. They have that full screen instead of having to watch through XSplit. It's a little weird. So yeah, like there's lots of classic RPGs that I really would like to play, and so I think I'm going to continue with that. Like that's what my viewership is kind of based on right now, for the most part. And for those of you who are in that category, don't worry, I'm going to continue to stream some classic stuff. I might split it up between other things, because my interests expand beyond that. Like Chrono Trigger is the first classic game of any description that I played in a long time, and it was a great experience. Thanks to everyone who watched that. Thanks to everyone who's even watching it in the future. That was pretty fun, and I might do a little more Flames of Eternity, while I'm waiting for the PC to arrive, and possibly after. It depends on how I end up feeling about that game. It seems like it's just kind of picking up. It's kind of interesting, so I might continue with that. So So as far as non-classic JRPG or non-classic games in general, um, what am I gonna do? Well, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind is actually kind of classic-ish. It's not JRPG, but it is a classic game. It's actually going to be very relevant shortly because of the ESO expansion, which I canceled my pre-order for because I just discovered that, like, hey, I want to have extra money for buying PC stuff, and I really need that money for extra PC stuff and games that I'm actually gonna play, and getting a statue of a Dwemer uh, construct, as cool as it is, I don't really need it. I don't really have a place to put it either. So yeah, cancel it. Um, and besides, with this new game PC, I can like upgrade Morrowind up the wazoo and give it like the best. It may not look nearly as good as what it's gonna look like in Elder Scrolls Online, and it's gonna have all the old content. But Morrowind's a game that I definitely haven't really explored all of, and I really like to, and I have some plans. It's going to, um, I'm going to actually add some modded content to it of my own. Uh, Possibly my Glimmer Industrial uh, retexture, because it's pretty cool. It's pretty psychedelic. Um, it got actually showcased in a modding showcase at one point, which is kind of cool. It's a little low resolution, so it's going to make it look a little weird next to some of the HD textures. I might try to upgrade it to a higher resolution. It's something I've been kind of wanting to do, but I'm not sure if I'm able to. I'm not sure if it's going to be really doable, but I'll look into it. Especially when I get my new PC, because I won't have to worry about like system resources uh, being clogged up by Photoshop. Um, in trying to like render things in high resolutions. It's going to be less annoying, I guess, as a process. So that's something. But yeah, this is going to be focusing on the family of Callista, the character from my Skyrim playthrough, um, and her family history and kind of where she came from. Which is actually kind of interesting, and I'll probably get into that. I'll probably save my explanation for when we actually do the Let's Play. So, as much as I want to get into like the history and this backstory, it won't center around Callista. It will center around her mother, um, and she might get involved with the Morag Tong. Um, I'm kind of I haven't really played that part of the game. I haven't really played a lot of the side quests, faction quests of the game. I think I did a main quest playthrough, mainly on Xbox, and I'm wanting to just get back into the game, really, basically long haul it. So that's going to be a pretty big thing for this channel, and I may also do eventually a Oblivion Let's Play with Callista's aunt, who will also be featured through modding in the game. Um, so like the entire Elder Scrolls is going to be like steeped in the involvement of the family of Callista's family. Um, so those things to look forward to. Skyrim possibly might do that. It probably will not feature Callista because her story is basically over. Um, like she's already done all the main quests and such in the game. I don't think there's a way to port over the save from the PS4 onto PC. So I'm going to start fresh. I might do something with Almira Reigns, possibly using mods that allow you to play as a kid, because Almira Reigns is like a vampire stuck in the body of a kid. So and actually have her be a proper vampire, as opposed to what we did in Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is another thing I might be doing with a whole lot of mods. I've looked into a bunch of mods. We may be doing like a different Let's Play every day, possibly. I don't really know. I might long haul something. I might there's so many possibilities open right now, and I'm really excited. In case you can't tell, uh, so we're exploring different possibilities probably in the first week or so, and then we might settle into some particular let's plays. Morrowind, I definitely think it's going to be a long haul of some description, um, at the very least, and beyond that, uh, I'll price it at least on one JRPG of some kind, possibly Thousand Arms. Um, Obviously, feedback on what I should play. I have a bunch of JRPGs like sitting on my PS3. Um, so yeah. Um, hmm. So what else? Yeah, I have like a pretty substantial Steam and GOG.com library. We could actually like show that off here just for recommendations. Um, because there's a bunch of games I haven't played yet, a bunch of games that I may never play, uh, and being able to live stream again is an excuse for me to play games that I probably would not otherwise. Uh, you see how far we can push the CPU usage and such here. Let me see if I can log into GOG. I think I showed up my PS3 library. I think in one of the first episodes of Chrono Cross. So, um, just checking that piece early in there. Although I didn't show my entire PS uh, free library. I also have Rogue Galaxy, which I started playing and then kind of. I don't know if I got. I sort of got. I might not be as bored with it. Uh, Doing its live stream. Yeah, I think we're already starting to uh, tax um, this thing right now because the uh, the web camera's frame rate is getting really terrible. Um, let's see if I can sign into GOG. I'm not used to doing this on Firefox, so and it's not doing anything. Yeah, we're gonna look at Steam first anyway. So let's see if we can get some. I think it's gonna put this up full screen, more or less. Can peek over the edge. Hello, pretend I'm Wilson from Home Improvement. So, Here we have Fairy Solitaire, Fallout 3 Game of the Year, Fallout 4. With I recently got all of um, the season pass at discount. We got Fallout New Vegas, Far Cry 2, no Far Cry 3 or 4. Uh, Unfortunately, we have Final Doom. We have all the Dooms, I think, aside from the new Doom, actually. Final Fantasy 7, getting Final Fantasy 8, or at least Final Fantasy 9. I don't know about 8. This is don't know what that is. Fortune Summoner's Secret of the Elemental Stone. It looked, I think it was like a big sale, and it looks kind of cool. We have Game Dev Tycoon, which seems. I know I played a lot of the one on the iOS. It's not the same thing, but I think it might be one of the things that Game Dev Story, which I think is probably one of the big inspirations for Game Dev Tycoon, I imagine anyway. Gary's Mod Gish. This is like about learning Japanese. It helped me learn Japanese. One of my dreams is to go on a trip to Japan. I don't know if I eventually get enough funds on Patreon, like I could potentially like do like a travel vlog of it and like look at like all the like gaming related stores and places and like so I mean that will be on the channel. So it's definitely a big stretch goal, like huge stretch, like stretching to the limit. Um, so and of course, feedback on like whether or not you really want to see that, because I don't want to spend Patreon funds on things that people don't want to see. Um, Goats on a Bridge. I don't know when I got that or why I got that. Might have been like a free game or something that maybe I got because I got Goat Simulator. I don't. Do I have Goat Simulator? I don't think I do. At least not on this. So no idea when I got Goats on the Bridge. Maybe in a bundle or something. Gothic 2, Gothic 3, some sort of expansion to Gothic 3. I think I have like Gothic 4, but it's like somewhere else. It's not even the top of the list here. Let's start at the top of the list. Wait for everything to load though. Okay. 1000 Amps, Alien vs. Predator, Classic. I think I also have that on GOG. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Might be interesting to play that. See me get really scared. And It Moves, Arcania. That's Gothic 4, I believe. Assassin's Creed 2. Not sure if I really want to play that. Audio serve. Probably not going to play that on a live stream just because I probably need to use like a bunch of like. I could do like like overclock song or something. Avion, Lord of Twilight, Back to the Future the game. Really interested to play that. Bastion. That's something I'd be interested to play. Batman Arkham Asylum. Okay, maybe. Before the Echo, don't. I'll have to look at the article for that. There's a lot of games I just don't remember buying. Bit Trip Runner, Borderlands. Might get Borderlands 2 at some point. Braid, Breath of Death. Kind of interested in that. Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth, Cave Story, Chantalise. I think this is a visual novel. Cherry Tree High Comedy Club. Chronicles of Riddick. I've heard good things about it. Might possibly be up my alley. Cogs. Company of Heroes series. I think I got that in a bundle at some point. Cosmic Osmo. Kind of curious about it because it's made by makers of Myst, I believe. Counter-Strike Source. Not really into multiplayer. I mean, if some of my viewers are into multiplayer and maybe want to play with me on Counter-Strike, I might give it a shot, but I'm probably gonna get my ass handed to me either way. Crown Physics Deluxe, don't even know what that is. Crazy Taxi! Um, Crimson Clover World Ignition? The Cthulhu Saves the World, which I'm very interested in. Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. I think I played a little bit of that. Darksiders War Mastered Edition, which I think I must have gotten because I bought Darksiders. I don't have Darksiders 2 though. Oh, I guess I got Landmark Edition of Dear Esper for beating original Dear Esper. That's kind of cool too. Day of Defeat Source, Deadly Sin 2. Didn't get Deadly Sin 1. Not sure what I have Deadly Sin 2. Deathmatch Classic. A bunch of Deus Ex stuff. I don't think I'll be able to do Invisible Warp because it messes up my computer. I don't know if I'll be able to live stream it. Although I'd possibly be able to live stream it through the AVEX thing. Not AVEX, whatever, AverMedia. Deus Ex Revision, probably will play it. Might play that, although I'm not sure if I'll play it legitimately. Because I kind of suck at Deus Ex. I tried playing it for a while, and yeah, it didn't go well. So people wanted to see me exploring the world of Deus Ex Revision with Infinite Health or something. Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom Resurrection of Evil. I don't have BFG edition because for whatever reason, greed probably, more than likely, Bethesda did not do an upgrade program. Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I'll probably be playing the GOG copy of that. At least they allow you to give you free upgrade to Special Edition of Skyrim. Dungeons 2, Dream Chronicles, Trojan Child, Scars 5, 4, Eldritch. That's something I bought recently. I think it's a roguelike. I'm not sure if I might try it. Empire Total War, Evil Genius, the simulation game I'm fairly interested in. Exodus from the Earth, Fear 2, Fable, The Lost Chapters. Might eventually get Fable Anniversary. Okay, now we already went through all of these. Back to where we started. Grand Theft Auto stuff. They have everything up to Grand Theft Auto 4. Don't have Grand Theft Auto 5. Might get it. I'm not really that interested in the Grand Theft Auto series lately, but Grand Theft Auto 5 might be worth checking out. Gratuitous Space Battles, Guild Wars, Half-Life 2. What is this? Half-Life 3? No, there's not there. Might get Black Mesa at some point. Hammer Fight, whatever that is. Heretic, Hexen, Death Kings of the Dark Citadel, Hexen 2, Hospital Tycoon, Hyperdimension Neptunia. Might check that out at some point. Indiana Jones, Fate of Atlantis, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade have indie games in the movie, which we're probably not going to watch unless they actually let you do your own commentaries on it. I can't doubt that. Jamestown, Joe, remember Just Cause 2. I have Just Cause 3 on PS4, so just in case anyone interested. Kung Fury, I actually kind of want to try this. Labyrinthine Dreams, Lara Croft and the Guardian of White, Last Word, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, Legion of Wood 2, probably from a bundle, Limbo, Long Live the Queen, looks interesting, Magicka, Majesty 2, The Manhole, which I think is also from Makers of Mist, Mars, Survival Logs, I think. Yeah, I tried it for a while. It looked kind of interesting. Master Levels for Doom 2, Max Payne 2, Metro 2033. Don't have an upgrade to the remastered version, although I don't know if that's the same, different thing. They did that on PC. Monkey Island 2, I think I have Monkey Island 1 somewhere. Might be somewhere else in this list. Myst 5 End of Ages, Myst Masterpiece Edition, Nights of the Dreams, Night Sky, Oddworld games, Penny Arcade games, Overlord, I mean, Overlord 2, Pac-Man Museum, more Penny Arcade, Portal 2, Prince of Persia, all of the classic Prince of Persia games, none of the new ones. Project Snowblind might be interesting to play. Psychonauts definitely would be interesting to play. Puzzle Agent, Quake. I might have Quake 4. Yeah, I have Quake 4. Real Mist. I don't have the remastered version of that. Receiver, Reciteer, Item Shop Tale seems interesting. Might play it. Red Faction 2, Red Faction Armageddon. Remnants of Isolation, not sure what that is. You'll see a lot, you'll hear that a lot. Retro City Rampage Deluxe, Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Ribbon, the sequel to Myst, which I actually have a strategy guide for, although that's pretty much cheating. Roller Coaster Tycoon Free Platinum, Stalker. I'm actually kind of interested to play these games at some point. Saints Row 2, Saints Row Free. Might get Saints Row 4 PC at some point, probably through GOG. Scratch's Director's Cut. There's Secret of Monkey Island. Serious Sam. Definitely would love to live stream this at some point. As you kind of want to try out Serious Sam 2, because I haven't played any of that. Serious Sam Fusion 2017. I have all the Serious Sams. Shank, the ship, which I think is a multiplayer game, so anyone who might be interested to play it with me. Got Civilization stuff, Silent Hill Homecoming, SimCity 4, Skyborn, Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, Sonic Adventure Deluxe Director's Cut, Sonic Generations. I think I have Sonic Generations regular, actually. This is showing DLC. Space Channel 5, I think I got it's a bunch of Spelunks, Stanley Parable. Might play it. I've watched so many Let's Plays of it though that it's not gonna be blind for me at all. Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Dark Forces, all the Star Wars almost. Knights of the Old Republic, and Sith Wars. Might be interested in playing those. Also, the Jedi Knight games are pretty cool. Super Meat Boy. If you want to see me get frustrated, a platformer game might be fun. Sword and Sorcery, Sweet Lily Dreams, Monkey Island. Kind of curious about that. Team Fortress 2, Terraria, Thief Gold, Thief 2, Thief Deadly Shadows, not the new Thief. Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. To the Moon actually looks kind of interesting. Tomb Raider Anniversary, Tomb Raider Legend. Towns looks interesting. Haven't had a chance to play that yet. Might do that actually with my new PC. Trident Enhanced Edition. I also have all the other Trines, except for Trine Free on PS4. Tropico Free. Typing a Bidet Overkill might really. I seriously consider trying that. The Ultimate Doom, Universe Sandbox, Unreal 2, Unreal Tournament 2004, Tournament Free. Uru, Complete Chronicles might consider that. Masquerade, Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines, hell yeah. Viking, The Void, Warhammer 40k, God of War, or no, I don't think it's 40k, Warhammer, whatever that is. Can't really read it from here. Warlock, Master of the Arcade Complete Edition, Whisper of a Rose, Wolfenstein 3D, Spirit of Destiny, World of Goo, XCOM, Ease, excuse me, not Wise, Chronicles, Ease Chronicles 2, Xenoclash, and that's it. Also have some software. Game Guru, Arbitrator 2000, 2003, MV, VXS, XP, Spirit Lamp, and Spider. I got like Game Character Hub and App Game Kit and some stuff. So yeah, leave your suggestions for my library in the comments, I suppose. Let's see if it'll let me sign into GOG. I don't think it will. So the heck of it, we're really gonna stress test this computer now by launching Chrome with all of the windows. This could very well be the very end of the stream. Let's see here. This is just exciting internet video. I got like 243 games. I think I have like more games on GOG now than I have on Steam. Let's look forward to that tour of. Actually, remove the Steam window region thing. There we go. I probably could have just launched Galaxy and done it that way. Great. Now it's not responding. Or the tab isn't responding. so we're gonna. So we a new beginning. Um, Actually, let me do a larger. Um, let's do the whole window, but that's gonna be really crappy all there. Yeah, let's not do that either. Um, there we go. So we've got a new beginning director's new final cut. Um, a Calabeth World of Doom, Alien vs Predator Classic 2000, Alone in the Dark 1, 2, 3, and the New Nightmare, Battle of Spire and Elder Scrolls Legend, Anachronox Anodyne, another game that I'm very interested to play because it kind of goes like for the history of video games kind of graphically, like from like really like low res, maybe 8-bit or even like Atari perhaps, I don't know, type graphics to like more modern graphics. Um, like there's gameplay mechanics revolving around like that sort of thing. Anvil of Dawn, Arx Fatalis might be a little too hardcore. Like a lot of these older games may be a little too hardcore for me, but I'm curious to try them out. Atlantis trilogy, Baldur's Gate 2. Don't have the enhanced editions. Might want to. I'm particularly interested in the Planescape Torment because I've heard such great things about that game. Um, Balls of Steel, Bard's Tale, um, Battle Realms Winter of the Wolf, Beneath the Steel Sky, Beyond Zork, The Coconut of Quendor, Bit Trip Runner, Blake Stone, Aliens of Gold, Blake Stone Planet Strike, Blood 2, The Blood Group, Blood 1, Whole Blood, Blood Rain, all the Bloods, Blood Rain 2, Braid, we already have on Steam, but like, you know, probably this is good. Brogan sort of stuff, Clive Barker's Undying, Daikatana, Deponia, Deus Ex stuff, yeah, Deus Ex Revision there. I'd probably get it through GOG. Divinity 2, Double Dragon Trilogy, Dragon Sphere, Dreamfall: The Longest Journey, Duke Nukem 3D Atomic Edition. Duke Nukem. Dungeon Keeper Gold, Dungeon Keeper 2, Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard, Earthworm Jim, and Earthworm Jim 2, Scrolls of Adventure Redguard, Morrowind, which is probably the one we're going to install, Arena Daggerfall, Empire Earth, Enclave, all of the Fallouts, except the ones I don't have. Evil Land actually is the one I was thinking of. Anodyne, I think, is similarly retro, but Evil Land, that's definitely the one that I'm thinking of. Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy, Flight of the Amazon Queen, Forgotten Realms, Demon Stone, Frambeau, definitely interested in playing that, although I have watched Let's Plays of it, so it won't be completely blind, but I probably will have forgotten some of the solutions to the puzzles. So, Grandia 2, definitely going to play at some point. I had the map and I Must Scream, Icewind Dale 1 and 2. Ildu, might play. Might play it on the Wii U, because that's where another platform that I have it on. Jade Empire. Been interested in Dread. Interested. I think they're planning on doing something with Judge Dredd at some point, like a TV show or something. King's Quest, although I'd probably be more interested in the VGA remakes of at least the earlier ones. Kingpin, Life of Crime, Lands of War trilogy, bunch of Legacy of Kain stuff. Leisure Suit Larry. Really looking through. Very curious about this game. The Longest Journey. Lucius. I think I've seen some Let's Plays of it. But it looks kind of interesting. Looter of the Temptress. That's just page 1 of 3. Gotta wait for it to load. Magic Carpet. Bag Runner, Dark Pulse, MDK 1 and 2. Messiah. Mind Magic. All of the mights and all the magics. Modern Blade, Neverwinter Nights stuff. Oddworld also on here. Omicron and Nomad Soul, I'm actually kind of interested to play that, although I am somewhat concerned about the licensed music. Because it has lots of David Bowie songs in it. So, there's like an entire album worth of David Bowie songs. But it could be like a nice tribute to David Bowie. It depends on how interested people are to see me play Omicron and Nomad Soul. Painkiller, definitely a pretty fun game. Pathologic. Penumbra trilogy, Planescape Tournament, the regular one. I think I missed the window to get an upgrade of that. Planetfall, Police Quest, Populous, Postal 2, Privateer 2, Quest for Glory, Realms of the Haunting, Red Deck Rampage, Resonance, Richard C. Rampage Deluxe. Just have it like about everything except I guess Wii U, I guess. I have it on that. Return of the Incredible Machine, like Incredible Machine stuff in general. Rise of Trad, Ribbon, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Saints Row 2, Sanitarium, Septerra Core, Legacy of the Creator. Seemed interesting. Shadow Warrior, Classic, Shadowrun. Don't think about all the Shadowrun stuff, but I am kind of interested to try Shadowrun, especially once I get a decent machine. All the Sim Cities, Alpha Centauri, Soft Porn Adventure. I bet it's like a prequel to Leisure Suit Larry, or the predecessor. Stardew Valley, a bunch of Star Trek stuff, 25th Anniversary, Judgment Rights. I also have a Final Unity. I actually have a physical copy of that I found at a kind of flea market antique mall type place. Space Quest, Siberia 2, Still Life 2, then Still Life 1, Stargunner. I think Still Life 2 is like really cheap or maybe even free for a period or something. Syndicate Plus, System Shock Enhanced Edition, Syndicate War, System Shock 2. Teen Agent, Temple of Elemental Evil, The 11th Hour, 7th Guest, got Machine Stuff, Theme Hospital, Theme Park, Thief stuff, Tomb Raider stuff, To the Moon, also on here. Working on the final page. More Tomb Raider, including Angel of Darkness, if you want to see me suffer. Torchlight, Treasure Adventure Game, Trine. Still don't have any of the other Trine games. Ultima stuff, Tyrion 2000, Ultima on the World, 2, Ultima World of Adventure, Ultima 4, Unreal Gold, Unreal Tournament, Vampire the Masquerade, Requiem. Don't have Bloodlines on here. Might get it. I don't know. Probably on sale. Just to have like a DRM free version. Warso, Wing Commander, Wing Commander 2, Wing Commander Prophecy, Secret Ops, Wing Commander Privateer, Wing Commander Free, Heart of a Tiger, Wing Commander 4, The Price of Freedom, Wing Commander Academy, and Wing Commander Armada. I also have the Witcher trilogy, although I probably will start with the Wild Hunt. But I guess if someone wants to see me do like a playthrough of all 3 installments, could be interesting. Also, Savage Empire 13, and of course the Zork trilogy and Zork Zero. So we have all of those. So this is everything I can play on PC, and I'm pretty sure I can play all of these things once I get my new PC. So that's not really a concern. I'm really concerned about whether or not some of these games will be compatible with Windows 10. Probably not so much for GOG, but on some stuff on Steam may or may not work. We'll have to see. We have a world of possibilities. A lot of classic stuff on here, so there's going to be a fair amount of classic games, but some new stuff too. And a bunch of stuff on PS4 and PS3, which we can go over. I don't know, I could potentially make a Reddit thread or something at some point, although I had to sign up on Reddit. Or, do you need to sign up on Reddit? I don't know. Whatever, like, make a suggestion in the comments of, like, where I might post, a comprehensive list of my game collection. Because that'll be fun compiling it all, especially my PC stuff, because I have a shit ton of games, as you've just seen. And that's not even including Origin. I have a few things on Origin. I have a few like games that were free for a while. I think I have The Sims 3, The Sims 2. I don't have everything for The Sims 3, but I have all the expansion packs at least. Of course, I had the complete Sims 2 because that was like a free upgrade at one point. I don't think they ever released the original Sims digitally, which is actually kind of surprising. I mean, the game is like dated as hell, but it's still like posterity. Come on, could be on Origin somewhere. I don't know. Although I prefer to get it on GOG. Let's see here. I might actually have some of these installed so I can look at my desktop quick. To see if anything stands out to me. Or I could just launch Origin if I can find the shortcut for it. I have Peggle. Suma's Revenge. Those are not really stream-worthy games. Like anything's coming up. I try to type in the search box and it doesn't do anything. I hate this computer. Sure why I would have removed the desktop shortcut for Origin from my desktop. It might just be hiding. can't see it at all. I don't think I have it on the desktop, and I can't. For whatever reason, I can't use Cortana. Or maybe I can now. Okay, here we go. My Origin library is probably the most sparse, so it won't take very long. I actually have a shortcut for the movies, but I don't know if that will be able to even run. And I will. That's like a physical copy. That so I need to get my external drive up and running, at least, or torrent it, which I think I feel secure in doing because I own a physical copy of the game. I can even prove it, although I have to hunt for it. Actually, I own a physical copy of Fear, although I don't think I have any digital copies of the original Fear games. That might also be on my list of things to potentially get. Okay, is Origin even launching? I clicked on it. Gotta look at the task managers to make sure. Oh, there we go. There's Origin. I see there's any free games to get that I don't already have. Or that I do already have and can get it on Origin. I do believe I have Mass Effect 2 at least on Origin. I think I actually got it like as a birthday gift. Like they actually were doing a birthday gift like promotion, and like Mass Effect 2 was one of the games on offer. So I played Mass Effect 1 on first on PC. Oh, it's installing the latest version of Origin now. That's how long it's been since I've even launched Origin. How long have I've been streaming, and like next to know has been watching. It's called Pixels Chats, and there's like no one chatting, so I'm really just talking to a wall. Like, I don't know, I might not do a Pixels Chats until another Pixels Chats until I like maybe hit the 100 subscriber mark. I don't know. Maybe we'll have some like real discourse in the comments below. So, hopefully, because I do appreciate feedback. I don't know if I mentioned this. There's actually I'm considering trying to dabble in 3DS emulators because those capture cards for are too damn expensive. with the majority of my inheritance funds going to the PC, I need to cut as many corners as I can. But I won't. I probably more likely I will not play anything on the 3DS emulator that I don't already own. So, as far as what I'd be playing, if it's possible to do so, and some of these I can play with the DS emulator actually. Actually, I can just get my entire DS library out here. DS and 3DS library. We have Corpse Party for 3DS. Shouldn't be too difficult to emulate. Just going through. Starting with 3DS, Dragon Quest VII. But the one I most would like to try and play is this one, Dragon Quest VIII. Heard it has some audio issues or something on emulators, so may not be possible. Then we have the ones that will probably be more likely to play. And this is kind of the crown jewel of my DS collection here. Probably the most expensive part of my DS collection. Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6. Although 6 is probably the easiest to find. I actually found my friend Aaron a copy of Dragon Quest V at a GameStop, complete in the box. It was like $25, I think. So like I just texted him a picture and said, like, if I buy this for you, will you pay me back? And he said, like, yeah. So, and of course we also have Dragon Quest 9. So I have a complete collection from Dragon Quest 4 to Dragon Quest 9. I still have one for free. Those games that, from what I understand, are like really hardcore JRPGs. So I have no idea if I'd even be into them. Also, 3DS, Tales of the Abyss, although it's very, 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 very jaggy. I have Ocarina of Time somewhere. Some pile. I have Happy Home Designer. If you want to see me play that, I have New Leaf, which actually is a much better game overall. Here's the Ocarina of Time from Nintendo Selects. I'm planning on getting Majora's Mask because I got that through a discount on that. That I haven't redeemed yet, and will have to by like June 20th or June 16th or something. Sometime in June. This random game here, Mahjong Quest. Of course, there's proof that I own at least one copy of Chrono Trigger. This is the only physical copy I own, but I have it. And I could play this potentially, although I'll do it for emulation, obviously. This is another game I'd be interested to play at some point. Sonic Chronicles. The Dark Brotherhood come to assassinate you. Final Fantasy III. And this could be an interesting live stream of Tetris DS. As I could show some other physical games that I could potentially let's play at some point. Oh yeah, this is the only tactical RPG I will probably ever live stream. Cardia, the Word of Fate. Yeah, like this is the only one I've actually kind of enjoyed. Although I used cheat codes, but when I played it, like other classic JRPG when I played them back in the day. But I like the story of it so much that like I put up with the tactical gameplay, and the tactical gameplay from what I remember is actually fairly straightforward. So this might actually be accessible to me. Of course, uh, brilliant art by I think I don't remember his last name is Amano. I think it might be Yoshitaka Amano. Forgive me if that's complete wrong. I'm more confident in the pronunciation than or it might be Amano, but whatever. um, I'm slightly more confident in the pronunciation than the actual name. I have 10 Penali and 10 Penali Animaniacs. Those are the only two physical PlayStation games that I have. Let's just go Wii U, Zelda Twilight Princess. I also have Wind Waker, but that's digital. I'm just making a mess here with all these physical games. Here's something I probably won't let's play, but is interesting. Ayumi Hamasaki Visual Mix. She has the PlayStation 2 game, although it's not really much of a game. It's just like you can edit together like a concert and like look at it from different angles. It's kind of neat. But it's Japanese only, so I have to actually buy my PS2 or potentially. Although I probably have to use I have to download there's probably a downloadable version of this somewhere. I could use the emulator, and I'm actually a little more confident about using PS2 emulator on my new PC when I get that. So, but I probably get copyright flagged out the wazoo for streaming this. So, not sure. I just go for my pile of PS4 games. I've kind of been wanting to play, although Persona 5 may or may not. I mentioned already started playing that at one point. May continue. It's also another one I might continue, potentially. 10-10-2, Skyrim. I'm not sure why I have that up there, because I might be playing it on PC if I play it anywhere. This could get on PC, I'm not really sure. Depends if it's gone down in price yet. So I already own it on PS4. It'll look better on PC, but I'm not really sure it's worth it. This is one I definitely already have on PC now. Got it on sale. Guess why pay full price of something I already own on a different platform. And of course, this is something I've already completed. I'm still waiting some actual DLC for. Actual, not multiplayer. I don't give a shit about the multiplayer missions like that. Like I tried playing it, but I didn't get no one. Like the matchmaking didn't help at all. I think there's a digital copy I need to. I have Impossible Creatures. I got a physical copy of that I think during Black Friday. I think there's a digital copy that I can redeem of Impossible Creatures. Actually, a really impressive. It comes with a full color instruction manual. This is like really cheap, even without the Black Friday discount. I think it's like $10. Because it said that it came with a digital copy of it. And it comes with a neat little poster. I won't fold the whole thing out, but yeah, like this is like considering it's like a cheap re-release, although this is like in it's a European copy, but still I think pretty impressive. Okay, I think Origin's restarting now. Get into my other little pile here. Titanfall 2, get that on sale. Might be worth checking out. This is something I borrowed from Aaron, and I definitely want to try and play it at some point. I had it on Xbox 360. I played it a bit. Wasn't that bad. But it's I also heard it's like really glitchy and not the best. And PS3 is like the definitive version, but it's also the version that's harder to find. Probably because no one wants to sell their copy of it. Portal 2, I actually started playing this multiplayer with Aaron. We might potentially continue. I might like lend him my copy of Portal 2 on PS3, and we'll see if we can like link up on PC. That might be a good thing. Although we'd probably just like start over completely to for like live stream purposes. Diablo free, Reaper of Souls, although it might be better to play it on PC at this point, but I don't own it on PC yet. I've got all of the Uncharted's. I'm really looking forward to the. I haven't played these, but I'm looking forward to like the DLC thing, the standalone DLC, because it has like female protagonists, and I love me some female protagonists. I don't know what's going on with Origin. It like launched something and then it like closed it. I closed it because it looked like a tab thing, and I might just close the whole thing, or like it looked like a pop-up type thing that is on the side of the whatever. I'm stupid. There's a physical copy of Persona 3. I may have shown that before when I did my Persona 5 unboxing. This is actually the best version. But I think it might actually be. Here's Just Cause 3. Dang it, that box just got terribly busted up. Well, not that much. I'm just going to clean this all up, because they've got all these games laying around me. Okay. Well, Origin's running in some capacity. I just have to wait for it to actually fire up. Like actually showing the library is going to take a lot shorter time. I've got Bioshock Collection on PS4, Killzone, Shadow Warrior, Tales of Zestiria, or Zestiria. I get the God of War Collection, Resistance Trilogy, Protocol, Enslaved. Ratchet and Clank Trilogy, Kingdom Hearts 1, bunch of Ratchet and Clank stuff, PlayStation Heroes, Time Crisis, shoot. mm. I got Nintendo Land. Yeah. Get the login screen. I think is showing up here. Hopefully, it won't give me too much trouble. We get to turn in after this. I spent way too much time just like going through my collection. I'm like just strictly showing it off. I'm like, these are things that I can live stream now, or release shortly. Um, like, well, a lot of the stuff I'm showing up just now is stuff that I'll have to wait on for getting the capture card, which is why I want to try and find a physical one so you can just like get it right away on Friday. And the Origins taking a sweet time, little circle of learning. I've got nothing else to show. I've showed them with all of my games. Got a bunch of Disney Infinity stuff, but I don't think anyone wants to see that. Oh, there's Steam code on for Impossible Creatures that's on the Zip label, apparently. In fact, Steam is required for this. I thought they had like a DRM free copy. Oh, great. I have to actually sign in. Here, watch Morgana dance well. Let's load it. This is loading screen dance. Actually, it kind of looks like Morgana's frowning it with the resolution. Morgana does not approve of this low resolution and quality. Are you staring at me? Have it. I hope it's not just like loading to tell me that I haven't entered the correct password. Let me shut down Chrome just to. Free up some RAM here. Ah! What? Our incorrector have expired. What? It's been 2 hours. Okay, it's taking forever to load. Even without Google Chrome running. So, like, what the hell's going on? Like, is it taking that long to... I guess I am live streaming, so maybe it's just... inglorious 360p. I don't know why it would be clogging up the internet connection at all. Yep, just tell me and... Gotta run for all the passwords I might be using here. All I want to do is show off my freaking Origin library. I mean, I'm gonna when I get on a PC, I'm gonna have to remember what the actual password is because, or potentially reset it. Oh yeah, the game is Nox. So, yeah. I might actually, like, already listed up everything I have in Origin. You can already more or less. Well, this one more try, and if that doesn't work, then I don't know what to tell you. Both the username and the password are coming up as like with exclamation points. I don't know if that means anything. Like you had to use an actual username, or is it just yeah? people are gonna comment on the mattress that's against the wall. It's from my college days, and the cats like to get up on top of it, so they call it their pet house. The unusual amount of time it's taking mean that it's actually like going to load up something, or is it just going to take forever just to tell me like, oh yeah, my login credentials aren't recognized? Like all that updating, all of that shit I had to go through, and I can't even freaking log in. Well, there's one password I haven't tried, but just watch it. I'll try. I had to use the actual username and not just my email. I'm not a robot. Really? I'm just sighing a lot and exhaling, exasperated. I'm also tired, so yeah. Asking how everyone's doing because there's no one watching. So presently, I mean, tell me how you're doing in the comments below. Then I'll know. Then I'll know you actually have to watch for this whole thing. Nope, it seems like something's happened. I need to update my password. At some point. Oh, it's covering all of my screens. That is ridiculous. Well, at least I logged in. I'm sure maybe I'm gonna edit this together. Probably not. Like I'll just do like a separate like overall game library thing or something. I don't know. No, if nothing else, I might like add some like timestamps to the. I'm not sure if I'll do that. I mean, like if someone wants to like go through, watch this, and like note the timestamps, just like post in the comments, and I'll add it to the description, or even just pin that comment actually. Um, that's probably what I'll do. Make everybody do the work. taking forever to load. I don't even know. Like, it might be my computer. It might be because of the streaming, but I doubt it. It got plenty of bandwidth. I mean, it could be the bandwidth coming in and out of my machine because the Ethernet's kind of shitty or something. I don't know. Let's look at free games. And eventually take advantage of EA Access. Although I don't know if it'd be worth it really for me. Like, there aren't a lot of EA games I'm really into. Right now, like, there's like the Battlefield, I think, which I'm not into. So there's BioWare games. Those come out like once every however many years. I probably have to look up my phone what the free game this month is. Dead in Bermuda. Well, it looks interesting. Kind of. It's a survival adventure game. Actually, probably the coolest, one of the cooler, um, like free game programs because like you literally all you need to do is have Origin installed and like check up on it periodically, and they'll like have a different game. Although usually I think they're like really old games or like indie games, so um, also I'm really surprised that PlayStation Plus hasn't really upped their game after upping their price, like by like they was thinking and kind of hoping that like they were going to start including more older AAA games as on a monthly basis, like a fairly regular basis, but they really don't. Like even the PS3, it's kind of sad. Like because I was thinking like some people are complaining that like the selection of games is sort of lackluster recently, and it's still continuing even after the price increase, which I think is just bizarre. Um, I don't know. I think it's coming up. It's coming up on time, but they should be announcing their next month lineup of games. Uh, yeah. So, it's even worth it to like. It's probably gonna be the same free game. Let's go to the game library. Although that's still gonna take forever now to load the game library. I guess it's even worth it. Probably not. It's almost like 1 o'clock in the morning. I've come so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Screw it. I'm tired. And I need to turn it now. So, as always, LCS and DFTBA, thanks for watching. Follow us on Twitter at Pixels Plays, _ Plays, and my personal Twitter, which I rarely use, but may occasionally, Pixels DJ Gamer. And support us on Patreon. That will help us to expand our capabilities even further in our game library even further. Like, we even need that. It'll help pay off the PC. It'll help us to grow our channel. We'll be hopefully starting up a Minecraft server at some point that will be available to Patreon donors, probably $5 and up. That this tier will add at that point when we have that set up. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks a lot for if you've watched this archived all the way through. You're probably a bit bored. Just need somebody to play in the background. Yeah. I appreciate it either way. So I will see you next time, probably for Chrono Trigger Flames of Eternity Part 2. And then next we'll be doing an unboxing of our awesome PC. So thank you. Bye bye.